Alright, hello everybody. I wanted to put together a video for all of you guys explaining how to change the game sprites in our visual projects. So last week we did, or in the last few weeks we did the Moonlander project, and then more recently we just did the Ski project, and pretty soon we're going to be doing the Asteroids project. So as you can see here in my little window, my Moonlander sprite is different than the regular Moonlander sprite. And sure, this doesn't look incredible, but I want to show you guys how to change those sprites. And so real quick, you can do this with any sprite you want, depending on how much time you're willing to put into developing or changing things. It can be kind of a tedious process. For the Moonlander, I used this sprite right here of Mew, the Pokemon. Now you won't always find pictures with a grid like this so you can see each pixel, but it's important to know where every pixel is. So I'll use this image here as an example. Let me go ahead and save this image on my desktop, or just here is fine. Call it Mew. And then let me open this in Paint real quick, and I'll show you something that you guys can do to help with finding how many pixels you need, or how many pixels something is. So if I go ahead and open up that picture right here, and I do Control G, it'll put a grid on the screen, which allows you to see more accurately how many pixels something represents. Alright, let me close out of this one. The thing that I want to do is change the sprites in the Asteroids game so that I can walk you guys through it and show you how the process works. And for that, I thought it'd be fun, since we need a large asteroid, a medium asteroid, and a small asteroid, to use Golem, Graveler, and Geodude sprites, again from Pokemon, just because that's what I had done before. And so this would be large asteroid, medium asteroid, and small asteroid. And so we can go ahead and get this going. If I come here to my MOBA, right now I'm in Moonlander, but let's go to my Asteroids directory, and everything is going to be, that I'm going to be changing, is going to be in UI Draw, right here. So if you were hoping to see the rest of Asteroids, sadly not. But do feel free to reach out to me if you guys need help with stuff. Also, I don't have a super strong computer, so it might load a bit slow as I am using this and streaming at the same time. Let me go to Asteroid. There we go. So we have draw small asteroid, draw medium asteroid, draw large asteroid. These points right here are the points that will draw on the screen. And these represent coordinates. And so 0x, 12y means that if we had a grid, it will be 0 on the x, so right here on the xy, it'd be right there at the very beginning, but 12 vertically. And then this will draw a point, and to connect it, it's going to connect next to 820, so it's going to go up 8 pixels on the y and 8 pixels on the x as well. And it'll do the same thing, or 8 more pixels on the x for the next point, and then 6 less, so it's going to start moving down. We're going to see a trend with these asteroids here, because they're kind of generally drawing a circle, so it's going to kind of draw up to the right, down to the right, down, down to the left, and then up to the left. So it makes, generally speaking, a circle. So if I go to, what is it, Lander, right here, we can see this is organized a lot better. I want to do something a little bit more like this so it's easier for us, because depending on how much time it takes, I might start changing the colors. Wrong one, sorry. I might do this sprite for the ship if I have time later, and then do some other stuff with that too. But I might start changing some of the colors on here as well to make it look a little bit better if I have time. Now let me show you, if I go to my moon lander, it's the same file, but my draw lander is going to look much different. This here are the coordinates I needed to draw the Muse sprite that you guys saw earlier. So you can see it's a lot more than this, quite a bit more. And it's a lot more than this. And so let's go ahead and get started. What I'm going to do here is I'll get rid of all of them except for these two here at first, so that you guys can see what's going on when we change things. Also, something you're probably going to have to do, go ahead and hit autosave on there, is delete your .o files, because sometimes it won't recompile if the .o files exist already, depending on your makefile and some things like that. I might have an older version, maybe that's why I need to do it. So I'll delete all of those. We still have flying object .o, let me get rid of that. Now let me navigate to the asteroids directory, and we'll go ahead and make. It's going to run all my code, and once that's ready to go, I can do a.out, and all the large asteroids are going to be one line, probably about 4 pixels, 5 pixels long, as you can see. Now, we want to make this shaped like this guy right here. Now this picture already has a pixel grid built into it, so I don't have to do Control-G like this to add one in. But what I kind of want to do, I'll do this in like purple so it's easier to see here, is first I kind of want to draw the general circle here, get that shape, and then we'll draw this circle here for the head, and after that we'll draw these arms and the legs, so that we'll break things into different segments. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get started. We need to pick our 0, 0 point. So 0, 0 could be right here, because that's going to be the lowest. Actually, yeah, that's fine. It could be right here. It depends on what we want to do. Doesn't really matter where 0, 0 is. But let's go ahead and make 0, 0 right here in the very center of the image. So we can see we have 0, 0, and there's 3 pixels to the left, and there's 3 pixels to the right. So let's first add in those pixels. That's 7 pixels total. So we have the large asteroid. We'll start here at 0, 0. The next one here is going to be 3 pixels to the right, so it's going to be 3, 0. And now we need to draw back as well, so we either need to draw, we just drew from right here to right here. We can either draw back here and then go around, or just continue to go around this way until we loop back to the same place. Since we're basically drawing a circle, let's just go ahead and loop around this way. So we're currently on this pixel here. It has 0, 0, and then 0, 1, 0, 2, 0, 3. Or, sorry, 3, 0 is right here. So next is going to be 4 on the X, 1 on the Y. So let's do that. Good. That brings us up to right here. Now we can see we go up 1, and then it's going to be up here. So we're going to go up 2. So maybe what we should do, instead of putting it 1 pixel here, we can draw a line from right here to right here, those 4 pixels. So that would be over 1, 2, 3, up 1, 2, 3. And so this would be 7, and then 3. So let's save this, and we can try running this again. I'll have to remake it. If it says Yep, there we go. It redid UI draw, so that's good. We do a.out, and it should curve up a little bit. Let's see what it looks like. Yep, we can see the sprite is right now basically a line with a curve in it. So let's continue along the same path that we've been doing before. If you guys remember, we're currently right here. So now we need to move up 1 and then up 1 diagonal. So it's going to be same x. So it's going to be 7, but now 4. And then the next one is up 1 to the right and up 1 vertical. So that'll be 8, 5. And that puts us, we did there. Now we can go up 1, 2, 3. So we'll still be on 0.8, but we're going to go up to 0.8. After that, let's see what we got next. Right here, we want to move 1 to the left. And then 2 up, okay. So now, since now we're moving left, we're going to degrade 8, 7, and geez, I already forgot what I was doing. We're right here, just 1 over. Okay, same way. And then it was 3 up, right? So now that's going to be 7 again, but it'll go to 11 because it's up 3. Very cool. That's good there. Don't forget your commas. Go down to another line just to keep this looking clean. Okay, we're now here. We're going to go up 1 into the left diagonal. So that's going to be 6, 12. Puts us here. Move over 1 to the left, same y. So now we're at 5, 12. Puts us here. Up 1 to the left. And that's 4, 13. Okay, and now we're right here. So interestingly, we can go all the way across, but right here, this is the same x point that we started on. So this should be 0 from where we are now. We're currently on 4 right here. So this should be 3, 2, 1. So we might have counted wrong, but let's see. Or did I? Maybe I was right here. Am I? No, I went up. Okay. So on that same x, or same y, let's count 7 pixels across. So that'll put us at -3, which is perfect because we're at +3 there. -3, 13. So it looks like we did count right, which is good. Very good. Okay, now it's going to be the same as this, but not, or kind of, the same amount of degradations and so forth, but it's going to be a different number. Okay, so now we're right here on this pixel. So let's go down 1 over 1. So it's going to be -4 and 12. And then it was over 1 to the left, but same y-axis, -5, 12. That puts us here. Okay, down 1 diagonal, -6 and 11. Forgot my comma again. And now I believe from here we go 1, 2 down, same x, so -6, 9. Is that what that is? Yeah, I think so. And 1 to the left, same y. -7. Sorry, I kind of had a little brain fart there for a second. Let's keep going. here, and we're going to go down 3. Actually, we can go from here 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4 down. Okay. So that'll put us at -7 and 5. From there, I'm going to go over 1 to the right and then over 1 down. So over 1 to the right is going to be -6 and then 5, and then 1 down, -6 and 4. Keep this consistent. I guess there's that one too right there. Get that. And this. All even. Okay. That's that. Okay, now we can diagonal 1, 2, 3. So that's down 3, over 3. So that'll put us at -3, 1. And then from there, let's see what we got. Looks like we counted a bit wrong, actually. Let me save this real fast, and then we'll take a look at what we've got. Remake UI draw, run it out, and pops open. That looks pretty good. I think we can just draw a line to connect it, and it'll probably be just fine. Okay, so from there, what we'll do is draw a line back to our starting point. Now, this right here is the body. So we can say body. But we're not done quite yet, so we're going to have more here. So we've got our body. You see how they organized it up above with the lander. Okay, I see how they did it. Let's do that same thing so that it's easier to small. And we can get rid of this here. Okay, so now we've got the body. Let's go for the head next. We're back to this point right here. So let's go ahead and move up 1 piece or 1 pixel and then keep going. My dog is coming over to say hello. Okay, sorry pal. It's not playtime, I'm sorry. So it'd be 0 on the X, 1 on the Y for our first pixel. And then let's do the same thing, let's go to the right. So we got 2 to the right. So then that'll be still on the 1 axis for Y, the 2 here. Then we go up 1, I believe. Yep, and then to the right 1. So that would be 2 and then 2, and then 3 and 2, I believe. Yeah. That puts us right here. Then we go 1 diagonal, which will be 4, 3. From there we go up 1, 2, 3. 4 and then 6. Diagonal back. That'll be 3 and then 7. And then 1 to the left, right? Yep. So then it'll be 2 and 7. And then a diagonal up to the left. That'll be 1, 8. This is head. Puts us here. Now we need to go -2, which is good, because here on the head we went 2 at first. -2, same y, 8. And we go diagonal down over 1. That'd be -3, 7, and then -4 and 7. After that, we go diagonal down. So that would be -5 and 6. And then we go geez, I just lost track of where I was, which means it's time to save it and take a look. That's something that's very beneficial, is if you guys forget kind of where you are, go ahead and just save it. Okay, it looks like almost done, okay, with the head. It's not perfectly round, but I mean, we were getting pretty close, so I guess it makes sense. Do we go down 3 yet on the Y? No, so we still need to go down 3. I think that's where we're at now. So then it's -5, 3. That makes sense, because we had +5, 3 on the other side, I think. Or no, it was 4, 3. So maybe it's supposed to be -4, 3. We'll figure it out. Don't worry. It doesn't have to be absolutely perfect either. Okay, now we're going to go diagonal 3 more down, 3 more to the right. So that should put us at -2 and 0. That seems about right. And then from there we do, actually that should never be 0. That should be 1, because we are that would go back out of the head. So then let's move it back to 0, 1. So yeah, somewhere in there I counted something wrong. It happens. I'm not going for perfection here. Okay, so now we got the head. So let's start on the limbs. Now this gets a bit tricky. This is where it's going to be a little goofy. We're currently on this pixel right here. So we're going to probably start with one of the legs, because if I say, okay, I'm done here, I want to move to this pixel. If I immediately inputted this one, then there's going to be a line between right here and right here, connecting those. And so to get to this point, we need to move from here down, back up this way, loop around the arm, move back here. So what I think we'll probably do here is move down, and we can use the exact same stuff we wrote before when we were moving back this way to get back to this point, and then we loop down, loop around here, loop around here, loop around here, and then he's done. Okay, so let's give that a try. Let's actually count here. So this is 0, 0. This is 1, 0, 2, 0, 3, 0, 4, 0, 4, 1, 5, 1, 6, 1, 6, 2, 6, 3, 6, 4, 6, 5, 6, 6, 6, 7, 7, 7, 8, 7. Okay, so 7, 7 is where we need to get to. So about right here. We should be able to copy all of this right there, and that gets us back to the arm. Whew. And then 7, 7, 7, 8. Okay, yeah, that's exactly where I wanted to be. So that means we're right here. Okay, so from here we go down 1, right 1, which is going to be 8-6. The right arm. That puts us here. Then we go down 2. So we're currently at 8. I'm going to go down 2, so we're 4. And then, what was it? Right 1? Yep. So that's 9-4. Come on. And then down 1, so that'll be 9-3. This is here. Okay. Back 1, down 1. So that's going to be 8-2. And then it's back 1 again, 7-2. We go up, left, and then we can count back again. Actually, we'll just go right from here into the foot. Okay, up, back is what we got here. So that's going to be 7-3, 6-3, and then let's save this, and let's look to see how our arm looks. These little floating rocks should have one little appendage sticking off, and they do. Perfect. Now, if I make this a little bit bigger, you might be able to see it a little more. This is going to be kind of skewed, but that's okay. It's looking fine. And these are small sprites too. The bigger your sprite is, the better it's going to look. Because the more space you have to flesh out details and make the lines look better. Okay, so we are currently right here. And that's for right arm. Let's move on to right leg, which is going to be diagonal down 1, huh? That'll be 5-2. And then from there, we go down 1, 2, 3, 4. So it'll be -2, 5, -2. Goodness. There we go. And then right 3, 1, 2, 3. Right 3, left 3. So that'll be 2, -2. And then diagonal back up. So that's going to be 1, -1. Puts us here. Now let's reconnect there. So we'll go up 1 pixel. So that'll be 1. We could probably just do 0, 0. Reconnect the center. That's only 1 pixel away diagonally. And then this is right leg. Let's go ahead and move on to the left leg. So we can count again. We're currently right here. I think our leg might stretch out a little bit more than it was supposed to. It's fine. Or maybe not. We move over 1, and then we'll go down 1 diagonal, or down 2 diagonal, actually. Okay, so it's going to be -1, 0, and then it's going to be -3. Sorry, -3, -2. That puts us here. 3 more over to the left. That should be -6. -3. Or sorry, I was like, wait a minute, it should be -2, right? That's what it was before on this side. puts us here. Then we move up 4, and the leg is done. So then we go up 4, so that'll be -6 and 2. And there's our left leg. Okay, let's get that last arm in real quick. A little tiny stubby arm. We're currently on this pixel. So we'll go up 1 to the left diagonal, and then 1 to the left. So that'll be, what is that, -7, and then 3. And then it's going to be 1 to the left, so -8. Positive 8 should be our on the right arm there, so that's good. Oh, we even had, did we have 9 at all? Yeah, we did. So it should go back further. We're good. 8, 3. That puts us here. Should be 2 more back. It's fine. Down and then to the left. So that would be -8 and 2. And then -9 and 2. Up 1 to the left diagonal. So that'll be -10 and 3. And we go up 1, -10 and 4. It's going to be left arm. Goodness gracious. There we go. Here, 1 to the right, 2 up, 1 diagonal. Okay. That should be -9 and 4. What did I say? One to the right, 2 up, 1 diagonal. Okay, yeah, that's good. 2 up, -9, and 6. We have the 1 up diagonal, so that'll be -8 and 7. And that's it. This is the full outline for Golem. Okay, so save this, run this, and let's take a look at how he looks. Again, this isn't going to look perfect. What did I do with that last line? Oh no, it's supposed to be like that. I thought that there was a line going through. You can see the 2 little feet, 2 little arms, head, and the body. As it rotates, it looks pretty janky, but you've got the idea. Now, when I shoot these guys, and this loads pretty slow because I'm doing this remote from MOBA. If you run this locally, it'll run a lot faster. Come on, there we go. It'll hit and break into these, which you can see are bigger. They're currently bigger than our big rocks. And so ideally, I should have had a bigger sprite for this, but which would have made this look a lot better too, but it also would have made this take a whole lot more time for me to explain how this works. Let's go ahead and do Geodude next. We'll do the small asteroid. We got big one. I'm drawing tiny golem. Now let's draw this guy. Tiny little thing. Okay. Start out again at 0, 0. Doesn't really matter where you start. Let's go back here. Move away to Geodude. Okay. Because there's not a center point, you see there's 3 on both sides, I'm going to start with 0, 0 being this one right here. And for him, I think we'll just do the outline. There's not a whole lot of like additional stuff. We could do the circle here. and then do the arms. And you know what? Here's what we could do. I believe that there is a draw circle function that we can call. And it takes in a center and a radius. And so if we use this, we can say the center, say, is here, or we can just say it's 0, 0, and it has a radius of, let's see, if this is the furthest point from the center, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pixels. So if we go down to our draw asteroid, points equal, let's see, I've never put the circle here, so let's see how they call it other places real quick. Down here. Go around the circle. Let me do draw circle. See if anyone else uses it here. It's only used once in this whole function, this whole entire class. That blows my mind. Okay, here's what we can do then. Let's go back to our asteroid. Right here, let's see if we can call draw circle. It needs a point, right? Yeah, it needs a point. Construct PT into X and Y. We can pass it okay, let me take a look at point class real quick, because this should be something you guys get. I don't think that you guys had to write it, so let's look at the constructors. Okay, looks like one takes in 2 floats. Perfect, that's all I needed to know. Because one takes in 2 floats, we can pass it 0, 0. And there we go, now we have a new point, geo point. We, in our draw circle, can call geopoint, geodude point, and then we need a radius of 5. Just like that. So if I have that, let me see if this will compile. I've never used it before, but it could be useful for some of you guys that are going to be drawing circular stuff. It does compile. Let's see what a small asteroid looks like. It's got a shoot and one more. So close. Okay, it looks like they're just disappearing. Oh, wait. It's right there in the center. Okay. So it looks like it's just drawing it here in the middle. But it is drawing a hidden asteroid. Oh, yeah. The actual radius on this is a lot bigger than what it's showing. I haven't changed that. That's fine. Just so you guys have an idea, the large asteroid is 41 by 41 pixels. But yeah, it looks like it's spawning the circle there in the center. Alright, as cool as that is, draw a circle. Oh, interesting. Okay. I know what I have to do. Geopoint is just a constant point of 0, so that's why it's putting it in the center. What I need to do is pass it the player's point. Point PT. center connects, point, rotate, something. Nice. I see what the problem is. So I could do it, but I can't do it without opening up the asteroid files, which I probably shouldn't do. So you can call the circle that way. It takes in two parameters. The first one's the point, kind of like the asteroid here, and then the second one is the radius, so it knows how big of a circle to draw. If I were to reincorporate this, but give it like a radius of 100, and then run this again, you guys would see. Oh, right, one sec. Pop. It'll make a really big circle in the center. Okay, we got it. Come on. So now I got this massive circle in the center here. Now, it drew this circle. The small asteroid is still out there somewhere. It has a radius and a bunch of information. But I drew this circle. So what you would need to do, instead of passing in a point of point of 0, 0, you could pass in the point of the actual asteroid, and then it would update it automatically. So let's get this out of here, and let's go ahead and draw Geodude then. So this will be our 0, 0. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 across. So we have 0, 0, and then we'll have 6, 0. Very cool. And it looks like we'll just draw the base outline goes up 2 over 2. So that'll be 8, 2. Then it goes down 1 to the right. So that'll be 9, 1. And then 1 more to the right. And then we'll figure that out in a second. 10, 1. Come on now. There we go. 1, 2, 3 up. So that'll be 13, 4. One up vertically, 13, 5. And then 1 up to the left. That'll be 12, 6. And then it's 11, 6. Let's move down. Okay. Diagonal down 1, so it's going to be 10, 5. 10, just 1 more down, yep, 10, 4. If you have somebody else with you that can like read the coordinates off, this is much faster as well, because you don't have to constantly go back and forth. You can just tell people, all right, this is the next one, all right, this is the next one, and it goes pretty quick that way. Okay, diagonal 1 down to the left, so that'll be 9, 3. And then 1 to the left, 8, 3. And then up 2, 8, 5. Diagonal 1 to the left, 7, 7, 6, right? One up, yeah. And then 7, 7. It's here. Diagonal 1 up to the left. So that would be 6, 8. That puts us here. We go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 back. 6 back, it should put us at 0. So we'll go 0, 8, because we started at 0, 0 being this point. So this, yeah, should also be 0. Then we're going to go down 1, left 1. So -1, 7. And then down 1, -1, 6. Diagonal down, -2, 5. And then down 1, right? Yep. Puts us here. So this would have been down 2. Okay, this is what? 8, 0. And then 1 diagonal, 1 down. Okay, we're right here. Okay, so now we go down 2. -2, 3. Over 1 to the left. -3, 3. And diagonal up. Yep. -4, 4. And then -4, 5. Puts us here. -5, 6. Diagonal, yep. 1 to the left. We have a 6, 6 on the other side. Don't know, I don't care. -6, 6. That's right there. No, we shouldn't because we don't have a middle point. Okay, down 1 to the left diagonal. So that'll be -7, 5. And then down 1, so -7, 4. Diagonal to the right. What is that? 1, 2, 3 down, 1, 2, 3 over. Okay. So that'll be -4, 1. Which is good. And then it's going to be -3, 1. Let me go up to the right, 2, 2. It's here, and then down 2, over 2, back to 0, 0. Just like that. Okay, so now let's give this a run. Shoot up an asteroid real quick. Oh, we hit a different one. And now we got 2 Geodudes. Look at that. Those look pretty good. There they go. That's pretty fun. Okay, awesome. Hopefully that gives you guys a little bit better of an idea of how to visualize this. Obviously, I'd have to change the medium ones too. I just thought it'd be fun if there was a evolution breakdown of Geodude, Graveler, and Golem. And these are all so close to the same size that it doesn't really work for them breaking into multiple pieces. Some other ideas that I've seen people do, because you can change your ship the same way. You got draw ship, and this is a really simple ship. Like, I could change this really easily to be something else, just something ridiculous. So like 15, 16, and then negative 10, 20, 12, negative 15, just something like this. And then when I run this, my ship is going to look ridiculous. Absolutely bonkers. Got a little flag. Shoot out of the center. You get the point. It's not too complicated to change all this stuff. One thing I have seen people do, let me change that back to what it was. I'm actually going to change that later, I think, for a different live stream. But I've seen people do like Millennium Falcon. I don't know, it's Millennium pixel art, something like this. And then you can even, with something like this, draw the circle and then draw the points that would fit the circle, so you don't have to draw this whole thing here, or however you want. I've seen people do like where the ship is the Millennium Falcon, and then you have like TIE fighters like this, and then you shoot the TIE fighters, and then instead of having them break into something smaller, you can have it break into like 3 pieces. So the wings will break off and the body breaks off, and then you have to shoot all 3 of those. Something like that could be really fun to do. Okay, hopefully that gives you guys a better idea. Just know that these points, it's just a grid. And so you just start at a point and then take a look at whatever thing you want to draw, or if you can visualize it, go ahead and try that. But then, yeah, just count how many pixels you need to move in what directions on the XY, and then go from there. It does take a little bit of time. As you can see, it took me a couple of hours to get these, probably not, more like an hour to get those 2. Those are pretty simple. As you saw earlier with Mew, that bigger sprite looked a lot goofier. If I go back to that one, that bigger sprite, well, it didn't look perfect because I didn't draw it perfectly. But if you look at this, you can see this is much more detailed. Oh, additionally, yeah, you can change the colors as well. That's not too complicated. There's different things here on the screen with different colors. Asteroids is just black and white. So let me go back to Moonlander real quick so I can show you guys how they did the color. Just a moment. There we go. And then right here, Geo Colors, this is the percent of what it should be. So I want it to be 1 red, 0 green, 1 blue. If I changed this here, and then I ran this again, let's see. There we go. Then Mew, I think he's gonna be black actually. No, he's white. Okay. You can see that's how they change the color. So you can just figure out what RGB values you need and change those colors there, and it'll change the color of the sprite. Pretty simple. Pretty simple. I could probably even do 2.0 red, so he's a little bit more red than he was before. No, nope, he's maybe, yeah, he is a little bit more red. Okay, yeah, I think you guys get it. Give me a shout if you need any help or if you have any things you want to do. A little bit later in Asteroids, I think I might try and add like a whole new phase to the game to kind of show how that would work. But that would require me to change a lot more stuff in the code, and so I'm not sure if I'll be able to do that or not, because I would have to show you all of my working code to get that working, and so I might not be able to. But if you want to do something extra, because you need to do something extra to get full points on these projects, then you can reach out to me and we can try and figure out a way to make it work, whatever it may be. All right, hopefully that's been helpful to you guys, and I'll see you all later.